Alright, I'm just going to show y'all real quick the Tensa stand. I have it right now in just kind of like a shortened mode. These poles can all come apart and be about in pieces this big, and then in a bag about a big around this long. Actually, this bag here can all fit into this. And I think it's probably 11 or 12 pounds. But I brought it to the beach and this is just kind of a portable mode. I can kind of pack it around. I can put it in my little beach cart, and then I don't have to do a lot of work. So to put it together now, I'll quickly show you. I already kind of have it all together, which isn't hard to put together, but if you already don't have it together, if you already have it like this, I just extend these sections. Now, I think I'll do this, it'll show you. I think I'll do it like this so you can kind of see the angles. So what I do is, in this area, is I set it up to where the ridge line, I take it off. Sorry, I had it all kind of wrapped up from earlier. Had the ridge line off. That. Then I'm trying to line it in a little bit. And then when you want to pop it up like this now, you take the ridge line. Ridge line here, pick it up, this, okay, and attach it, this, and now, you can see you have the basic semblance of the stand. This produces the structure. Now, to answer your question, you can anchor to hold this in this form. As it is, it's obviously, you know, it's stuck. You can't just float. Although in theory, if you could balance the weight just perfect, you could. You could hang both from these two apexes, and then you'd be fine. You could just keep the weight absolutely perfect, which isn't possible. I don't think so. So, I'm gonna set that there for a second. And what you need to do then, kind of like sit, is bias it and anchor to one side. So if I were to anchor this side down somewhere, then I would tip this. I would tip it to bias it toward this side to make my head in, and my feet would be up higher a little bit, my head a little bit lower, and it'll just sit there like this. I'm going to anchor it off in a minute, but it'll sit. 12-inch orange screw. Has this little thing here you can screw it in the ground. This thing will absolutely put anything into the ground. So I'm gonna anchor it out over here in the grass for a more secure finished deal. Y'all, hold on, I'm doing a video. Y'all stay right there.
Okay. Oh, you're doing a YouTube video? Yep. Livy, go. What?
There. So we have the basic. This is the basic setup now. The head end has no anchor line down. The foot end has an anchor down to the orange screw that I did. Like I said, it has a bias in one direction, so it'll sit like this. You can create a counterbalance on this other side, which is always a good idea. It's not necessary, but it's always a good idea. You can sit you something on here. I'm just grabbing something, literally anything. Sit that there. What that'll do is prevent a lot of flopping around. Or if you kind of walk around this and move in a certain way, it won't try to close up in a way that you won't like, but I'll show you that it's not necessary. And just take it off, and we'll just hang like this. Okay, so that's the basic setup. The hammocks will attach on the ends here. You can see it's telescopic. It's got like the little things here you can operate. It's got a strap that connects these two from preventing it from spreading further, and you can shorten it or lengthen it depending on your hang and some other factors I won't get into in great detail. The ridge line here is UCR. It's adjustable, so it's another factor. Same here, adjustable UCR for there. You could also anchor out both sides, but I won't talk about that right now, and most of the time it's entirely unnecessary. And so let me just set the hammock up. Okay, all right.
I'll make sure nothing happens to it.
So to quickly show you this is the center line of the hammock. Again, this side's anchored down, this side is not. So if I were to, the reason I had said that thing about the anchor, if I were to push this over here like this, the whole thing will try to close in on itself. As long as it says weight on this side, you're good. So I don't need that counterweight. Now, when you sit down in the hammock, you just sit, I have it pitched in a way where it's angled to where your weight will be distributed behind the center line, and you'll only be pulling. The whole thing will want to just fall this way, but it's anchored. So as long as you're sitting at or near the center, if you were to fall, it's hard for me to do it. If I were to get far enough this way over here, it would tip like that, and that's hard to do. But as long as you're at the center or behind, like this, you're good to go. Single anchor. And then you got a nice hang here. You can widen this out too. There's a whole lot of ways to fix it, but just to kind of give an idea of it. And again, once you're in it, what happens is, everyone asks, why doesn't this thing close up and clam shell on itself? It's because when the force of your body pulls this way, it pulls to a certain level to where it's linear with this, and it sort of equilibrates. It doesn't keep going. You can't. There's no way to keep pushing it further unless you were to move it like this in a way. And
no.
If I move center, it starts to, but not really.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of the brilliance of the system, is that it doesn't create any leverage. This kind of pulling in like a different direction other than along the angle of the pole. So it kind of just fixes itself, and that's why the system really works the way it does. Oh, that makes sense. That side there will stay fixed and it won't move. This one will pivot with your body weight distribution or whatever and would make this whole magic work. These points here must pivot and be not attached rigidly. That's kind of the magic. So I hope that answers your question. There's a lot more to say about this stand, but I love it. It's great. Thank you, Charlie.
Is that your whole video?
I think so.